Well. I never thought I'd make another tier list about, become a killer again. Um, the last tier list I did for Become a Killer was about all the killers. Holy shit, that video was like 1 hour long, and I didn't even think the video was gonna be that long, but the tier list turned out to be an hour long video because, let's be honest, there's a lot of killers to become a killer. So, yeah. But now I'm doing a second tier list about Become a Killer. And again, it also has something to do with the community post that the creator, Harry Roge, posted beforehand. Um, so I'm going to be talking about the survivors now, for this tier list. Let's get this out of the way, shall we? Um, the first survivor we're going to start off with is the Juggernaut. Um, the Juggernaut is the most expensive survivor to equip in the game, and he's actually really, really strong. He is really the best survivor in the entire game. One, despite the fact that he's a little slow, he's tanky, and he has a minigun, which he can use to absolutely obliterate the shit out of most of the roster of killers, depending who the Juggernaut is fighting. Yes, he can deal with the more tankier killers too, but it's way more easier for him to kill like killers that have like low health or something, especially Sans. But even then, Juggernaut can take on most of the roster of killers anyway, except for like Slenderman, because Slenderman's bullshit. But yeah, other than that, he can pretty much just take on like really a lot of the killer roster. He's really good. His minigun fires ridiculously fast. Back then, the Juggernaut was at least still the best survivor. Currently, right now, ever since his buffs, he is still the best survivor, just significantly better. His minigun, like, now you have to fire the minigun like 1,500 times to overheat it. Oh, and he's also got like his punch ability as well, which he can really melee the killer, which is really good against like Sonic.exe or even Sans. And then there's his like last ability, which is like a radio, which it just reveals your teammate's location. But overall, Juggernaut is really good. It takes a while to unlock him, but when you do unlock him, he is the best. Like, he is the best survivor. I mean, there is another survivor out there who is also just as really OP as the Juggernaut, possibly even better than the Juggernaut. But yeah, Juggernaut is just really amazing. S tier. Next up, we got the Officer. Now, the Officer has, well, obviously he's got medium health, but he's got really good upside. The Officer is actually pretty fast. He's got, like, what, 44 sprint speed? Which is pretty good, which means you can actually outrun most killers. The only killers you can't really outrun are, like, killers that are obviously faster than the Officer. Talking about you, Lord X. Anyways, yeah, the Officer is pretty good, because you can easily outrun killers. The downside is that his weapon is a pistol, and the pistol isn't that bad. It isn't as strong as, like, the minigun or the assault rifle and such. But Officer is still really good because you can easily last a while as Officer because of the fact that he's just significantly faster than most of the killer roster. A tier. Next up is, it's actually one of the soldiers. It's the more stronger variant. The one with this one that I'm holding right now, that one. This particular soldier, he's also slightly slower. He's slightly faster than the Juggernaut, but also still slightly slow than the average survivor. He runs at like what, 38 sprint speed, I think. He has an assault rifle and a shotgun. Um, he also has the radio as well, which I believe. I think he's a bit more tankier than the other soldier. But either way, he is, I'm assuming he's pretty much supposed to be like the better variant of the soldier. It's just, he's got that downside where, like, you know, he's just slower. But, yeah. What makes him better than the other version of the soldier, though, is that he's got the shotgun. So, like, say you're chasing down a killer and you're shooting with an assault rifle, you're out of ammo, right? You might as well finish the killer off with the shotgun if they're low HP or something. But, yeah. He ain't that bad. But he is still easy to deal with. He is still easy to kill because, he is slightly slower than survivors. So, like, most killers can easily kill him and catch up to him quite fast. So, B tier. Next up is my least favorite survivor, Camo. Camo's bad. Like, he sucks. For starters, he is really freaking slow and he cannot sprint. Which means, if the killers go after you, you're screwed. Like, if killers are onto you, attacking you, you can't do anything about it. You might as well just accept your fate. Um, his weapon is a sniper rifle, which, to be honest, for a sniper rifle, doesn't even do much damage. You would expect that a sniper rifle could be extremely deadly against, like, most of the roster of the killer. Like, despite the fact that he's slow, and his whole playstyle is not only bad, just kind of pretty unhealthy for the game, in my opinion. Because the whole thing with Camo is how you're meant to play as him is that when you spawn in as Camo, there's these watchtowers that you spawn on top of. You're meant to camp on top of the watchtowers and just camp there the entire time and hope that a killer comes to the area you're at so you can snipe them. The problem is, the sniper rifle is extremely weak because, yes, it does damage, but it doesn't do enough damage to, like, significantly kill a killer, you know? Like, you can shoot Jet the Killer with a sniper rifle when he's at full HP and he would survive it. It's insane. And I think even if you shoot him in the head, they probably would survive it. That's how bad he is. His sniper rifle only fires one bullet, which means if you miss a shot, you gotta reload and such. And it takes a while to reload too. And not to mention, as I said before, he can't sprint. And another thing I want to bring up, even if you think you're safe when you're on top of the watchtower, some killers can actually get on top of the watchtower and just straight up kill you, and there's just nothing you can do about it. He is legit the worst survivor in the whole game. Like, on concept, he sounds cool, but he's just poorly executed. Sorry, F tier. Next up is the soldier, the regular one, the weaker one. Um, Basically, he's just the same stats as, the stronger soldier I was talking about, except his only weapon is an assault rifle. And I think he has a radio as well, but I'm not sure. But yeah, his only weapon is just an assault rifle, and that's it. And I think he has, like, weaker HP as well. He's got 40 sprint speed, but yeah, he's the weak. He's obviously the weakest survivor is just fucking Camo, but he's also pretty weak too. Not as bad as Camo. At least this soldier can actually kill properly, unlike Camo. But yeah, C tier. Um, Next up is Noobbot. Noobbot used to be one of the worst. He used to be the worst survivor in the entire game ever since he came out. But then when the survivor buffs came out, he actually gotten better. So Noobbot, he's got medium amount of HP, obviously. He fires like explosive bullets, which have like a small blast radius, I think. Maybe not. But he fires like explosive bullets. And, which of course, the explosive bullets deals damage. And I think they have like small, tiny blast radius as well. He's also got a second ability, self-destruct, which is extremely high risk, but high reward. Basically, when you use self-destruct, Noobbot will make like a sizzling sound, and eventually he'll make a noise before blowing up. Now again, this ability is extremely high risk and high reward. I guess you could use it to completely fuck over the killer. Like if the killer's about to kill you, but they're also low HP, you can just self-destruct, and when you time it perfectly, you can not only just, self-destruct, but your self-destruct will finish off the killer since they're low HP, which is probably the only way you could really fuck over the killer just like that. But Noobot is he's he's definitely better to play as now ever since he got those buffs. He's not too strong though still, but yeah. But hey, he was way worse back then. But now he's like, he feels good to play as, but like he's still not too strong. He just feels better to play as currently right now. But yeah, I'm gonna put him in B tier. Next up is one of the most annoying survivors to go up against as the killer, the mech. The mech is a melee-based character, where basically their whole thing is, well, meleeing you. Now, back then, they were still annoying, but their attack speed was slower. But then ever since the buffs happened, they attack faster, making them pretty much even more annoying to the killers than they already are. They're only like, what, 40 sprint speed? But yeah, the mech does like a kick attack and it deals damage, obviously. Now, mech is really good against killers with low HP because he can kill them in like 4 or 3 hits. And he can even kill the mech can even kill Sans in fucking 1 hit, for God's sake. He can literally one-shot Sans. And he's actually pretty, the mech is pretty beefy because it is tanky. I mean, it's a mech suit after all. But the mech is really not that bad. It's actually pretty good because, again, it's tanky and it can easily take out, like, most killers. Like, at least killers that have, like, low HP. It's not a good idea to go against killers that can, like, deal a shit ton of damage to the mech. But, like, the killers that deal less damage, yeah, their mechs are really good against the more weaker killers. A tier. Honestly, mech is pretty good. Next up is Riot Runner. Now, Riot Runner is also a melee-based survivor. However, he's not as good as mech. Riot Runner has a Riot Shield that is extremely spammable, by the way. Like, you can just spam the fuck out of the Riot Shield and deal as much damage to the killer as possible. He is kind of a little bit tanky, just a little bit tanky. Like, he's got a bit more HP than, like, the soldiers and such. So he's a little tanky. He can definitely, like, take some hits, but he can still get killed and overwhelmed quite easily by most killers. So he's quite risky to play as, because again, he's a melee character. He's not like mech, where like mech, you can like take on like weaker killers and not to worry about damage as much, because for like Riot Runner, you do, because you're not as tanky as the mech. Overall, the Riot Runner is not that bad. Riot Runner is pretty much good against, like, again, more weaker killers, but like against like killers that can like one-shot you or something, yeah, not really. He's really not that bad though. But yeah, he's not too strong, but he's not really weak either. So B tier. Now we get to the last survivor. The last survivor, who is the most OP survivor of all. You. Yes, just you. Your own Roblox avatar. Now, why are you the player, the most powerful survivor, and become a killer? Simple. You can really do everything that really most of the survivors can do, but better. You can purchase weapons and gear from the shop that will give you so many advantages against the killer. You can buy like any of the weapons that the survivor has, including the rocket launcher and AK, which only the avatar can really use, because no other survivor characters can really use the AK and the rocket launcher. You can buy the speed coil, which will give you a 44 sprint speed, which is good for outrunning killers that are slow and such. And then you can also purchase the shield, which pretty much it's really the freaking Tunnel of Undying from Minecraft. Then there's some melee weapons like the sword, the spear, and the bat and all that. Obviously, the best melee weapon is the sword, because it's just fucking good. Like, you can really do anything that all of the survivors can do, but better. Like, you are the best survivor than all the other survivors. You are the most powerful survivor and become a killer. S tier. And that's the list. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, and that's pretty good to know. I will see you guys next time.